Hi, doing a quick film this morning for replacement coil packs on the Boxster 986. It's quite a common issue with the 986 to have a coil pack failure. Brings the EML light on, and a fault code that gives you a intermittent misfire on a particular cylinder. It's advisable to change all 6 coil packs at the same time, as if one starts to fail, the chances are they will all start to fail in a close proximity. So they're all the same age, so if one's on its way, the others are going to follow suit. So we've got the car here with the back wheel off. The repairs are done from the side of the car or from underneath. If you don't have access to a ramp, it's still quite an easy repair, just a few simple tools. So I'll talk you through the process now. First stage, obviously, get the car jacked up safely. Don't work off the jack, but make sure you've got the car supported on a stand, and pop the back wheels off, and then access through the panels, which I'll show you through the process now. So with the wheel off, we're looking into the inner wheel arch on the driver's side. What we're looking to do now, there's a wheel arch liner here which needs to come off. There's a plastic screw here, plastic nut, sorry, and a plastic nut here. So with a 10mm socket, we're going to undo those very quickly. Again, they're plastic, so they come undone very easily, no problems with rust or corrosion. We'll get those off. Once they're off, we can peel the arch liner off the studs that are on there. Just need to be firm with them and pull the arch liner out of the way. Now you can see here there's build-up of dirt, so this should be really a service item that you should be looking to do sort of maybe once a year, start of the spring, summer maybe. The dirt that builds up under the wheel arch here, you can see this is potentially a corrosion issue. So what I like to do on mine is just clean this off on a regular basis to make sure you haven't got damp dirt and road muck sort of sat there festering away underneath the arch liners where you can't see it. This here is your drain tube. Make sure this is nice and clean and tidy. Make sure it's not broken or fractured. Sometimes they go hard and they'll crack, and if they crack they can fill up with all the dirt, so you end up then with your drain tubes not being able to run out from the water from the hood deck. So once you've got those off, this will give you access into the coil packs, which is quite easy to get out here. And if I show you here, here's the coil pack on the second cylinder. Very easy to get to. I just move the camera there nice and close. And if you can see that there are 2 screws, one here and one in the top corner here, which I will probably obscure with my finger, be so close in with the camera. And then there's the clip for the plug on top of here. So what we're basically doing is reaching in and we're undoing the screws that hold the coil packs in place. You can see them there, 1, 2 and 3 at the back. What we need is an Allen key to go into the cap screws. And now you can see that the cap screws are quite rusty, so it's important that you use a really good quality Allen key. If you put a worn Allen key or an old Allen key in there and they round off, it is a nightmare to try and get them out, because of course they bolt into the cylinder head, into the rocker cover. So make sure you use a really good quality Allen key, and they will come out quite easily. Now if they don't undo first of all, because they are quite tight, if they haven't been out for a while, you may need to use a little piece of pipe on the end of the Allen key or an extension to get the leverage you need. But once you've cracked them off, they come undone quite easily. So I'm going to stop the camera now, I'm going to undo these and then show you how to lift the coil packs out. Right, so just undone the screws in the coil pack. I'm going to try and get the camera in here so you can see this one. Now the plug, I just pulled the shroud back off the plug on the coil pack here. There's a little rubber shroud that goes over to protect it from moisture. And what you need to do is just press the top of this plug in, and that will allow you then to lift off the connector like so, and then the coil pack is free to come out. And then what you need to do is just reach in, give them a good firm pull, and it'll pull out of the plug hole. And there we have the coil pack, and it's as simple as that. Now this one isn't in too bad condition. If you look at it, it's starting to break. I don't know if you can see that in the light. It's starting to crack there on the plastic. This one's in relatively good shape. What happens is they will actually break all across this surface here and crack, and the moisture gets in there and the metal plates corrode, which is what causes the problem with the misfires. So this one, even though it's serviceable, still in the bin really, because it's a problem waiting to happen, because now the casing's broken it's only a matter of time before the water starts to get in there and make things a whole lot worse. So once they're damaged, that's it. Time for the bin. These are our new coils, benchmarks. I've been using these for a little while now. I've been finding they've been very good. They're a high performance coil set. Cost about £130 from eBay, and they're higher rated performance coil, and you know, they look the business. If you compare that to the old one, exactly the same fittings, and just looks really nice and tidy when it's in there. When you're looking underneath the car, you can see, you know, it's been well looked care for. So we're going to pop that one back in, which is exactly the reverse process. So just put them in nice and gently, nice and firm, and it goes straight in and sits on top of the plug with not too much trouble at all. And what you need to do is obviously make sure that your bolt holes here are lined up with your screws. Sorry. So before you put your wire on, make sure you don't trap your wire underneath the coil pack, because as you're bolting it down towards the cylinder head, you could trap the cable. So once you've got it in there, it's a case of reverse the process, put the screws back in, and then put the plug back in and pull the rubber shroud over. Once you've done that with 3 on this side, refit your inner arch liner, and once the arch liner's in, pop the wheel back on. Don't forget to torque the wheel bolts up. And that's it, job done.